motherfuckers.
Whoa! Whoa, shit.
Call the cops!
Anybody, holy shit!
Is anybody under the car?
No.
Everybody's gone. I told you, motherfucker.
Shut it off. It's running.
All right, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, Waharakha Kodash, which Yahweh, that's the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, that's whom this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, that's his true name, and the Rakha Kodash, that is the Holy Spirit. And I also want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there. And as you can see, these people in Babylon are starting to lose their minds, all right? Every day there's, all these different incidences just like this, okay? And it's due to a mixture of reasons, okay? You have, people just can't control their emotions, all right? And that's a huge thing, These people can't take no for an answer, all right? And they're like little kids throwing a temper tantrum, except, they're grown adults now, all right? That's one thing. Two, with poor diet, not just, physically speaking, but mentally speaking, this is why these people are like this. These people eat terrible foods. They don't exercise. They're, watching, trash, movies, listening to, wicked, evil songs, low vibration, basically, music and movies. And this is, why these people behave like this. Okay. And the third thing, which is the most important, is, these people, they're really tired of the oppression. Okay. And you see in every aspect in this society, if you don't have a perfect record, then you can't, get by, basically. All right, whether it be for a job, whether it be for, for a loan, all right, whether it be for you getting, housing. If you don't have that perfect record, you get screwed. And that's just facts. You have to have basically, I'll say really like an 800 credit score. Now you can make moves when you have, above 720, but really you need about 800. Okay, in order to have no problems. And on top of that, I'll say this too. Not only do you have to have that credit score that high, it has to be consistent for several years. Okay? You see? You have to have, a decent paying job that you also have to have for several years. And then the other thing is you can't have any felonies or, misdemeanors on your record. Okay? And see, this all affects, your life. And what's crazy is you could have done things, when you were younger, right? In your, when you first turn, into an adult, your early 20s. And it could be 10 years, ago, right? And those things can still haunt you, which is wicked, all right? You could have changed your ways, got your life together. And Esau will still look at that and say, you know what? I don't think we can give you this job because we see you have, a felony or, a misdemeanor. Or, we noticed that you had some, basically, poor credit history, during this time period. We're going to decline you and deny you this loan. You see? Or somebody, you know, doesn't like, or somebody won't, you know, rent out an apartment to you because, you know, they see particular things. And that's wicked, man. You know? And this is why these people out here are losing it. They're at a breaking point. All right. But let me start off with this. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And clearly we're in a empire where the wicked are in authority. And you see the people mourning. Okay? Look, these people aren't happy out here. They're not. You know, the average person, you know, has a hard time getting a car. A hard time getting, you know, a decent paying job. A hard time, you know, getting that apartment or, you know, that home. And like I said, you know, Esau's got all these different rules, you know, set up to keep you down. Because look, I'll say this. You go to, you know, these different countries, right? You know, you can go to China. You can go to Bali. All right, Japan. All these, you know, different, you know, areas, right? These, like I said, these different countries. And they don't have these, you know, different rules and regulations, you know, put into place. Now, I know this, you know, for a fact. You, like I said, you go to China or Bali. If you have, you know, the money to buy a home or, you know, rent out an apartment complex, they'll give it to you. They don't care about your credit score. They don't care about, you know, your background like that. You see? And that's how it should be. You know? You shouldn't have a problem, you know, finding the basic necessities, really, because that's a basic necessity, having a roof over your head. You know? Even getting these cars with the way, you know, life is, you basically have to have some type of vehicle in order to get to A to B. You know? Because it's not like people, you know, own, you know, decent plots of land where they can, you know, farm. They can, you know, take care of livestock. You know? So you have to move around because you got to go to the grocery store. You got to go to your workplace. All right? You know, you got to go to, you know, different department stores to buy clothes, you know, different things. All right? You see? And that's the way Esau has it all set up. And like I said, you know, it's wicked that he's got these things in place so you can't get ahead. Now you're literally in a hole for a decade over something that happened when you were, you know, like I said, in your late teens, early 20s. You know? But like I said, he wants it this way. Because this guy is all about traps. Let me get this. I think it's in the book of Psalms. Oh, excuse me. Talks about how he set it up, you know, these different pits. I think it's in the like Psalms like 7 or maybe Psalms 10. Yeah, let me get this one. This is Psalms chapter 7 verse 15. Let me see if there's anything above that. You know what? Yeah. No, I'll read down. There we go. This is Psalms chapter 7 verse 15. He made a pit and diggeth it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pet. All right? And basically that's, you know, what Esau has done, and this is what's going to happen to him. You know, he sets up, you know, all these different snares and traps for you. Okay? You know, he's up to no good all the time, right? To bring you down. But eventually, what the Lord is going to do is make him fall into his own, you know, traps, okay? His own snares, his own devices, you see? But the reason why I brought that out is how he sets these things up. He wants you to fall. He doesn't want you to win. It's like the, what is it? These casinos. What do they say? What? The house always wins? That's Esau's mindset. He can't lose. And if you start winning, he's going to sabotage you. That's what happens all the time. You start actually winning at his own games. He gets upset about it. He'll find ways to bring you down. He'll do anything and everything to make sure, he gets what's his, You see? And this is, a wicked and terrible system we live in. Having somebody that's, that doesn't deal with equity, that isn't fair, that isn't just. This is why we're praying to Yahweh Shem Al Shai to take this man out. You see? And then once he's taken out of power, everybody's going to be happy. Because the righteous are going to be in authority. Because we're going to do things fairly. Okay? We're going to do things right. Unlike this guy. Like I said, this is not a normal system that we live in. But see, since everybody grew up in it, they believe that this is the way, things should be. This is the way it's got to keep going. But it's not. Like I said, this is why this is happening. These people are really bugging out here. And it's at a point where people just don't care. They have nothing to lose. That's what it's coming down to. Especially for a man. Okay? Because men are the most oppressed in this society. Especially if you're a straight male. You got to deal with being oppressed, by these women. Because they can lie on you. They can divorce you. A lot of them are in positions of power. So, they're your boss, manager. They're the ones who are in HR. You can't get anywhere. Men are undersexed. The society is over-sexualized, but the men are undersexed. All you see all day is, images of, women showing off their bodies, right? But you can't do nothing about it. And then if you do something, now you're thrown in jail, this is just a reality. And you see, I remember watching the video, and this guy, he said, and he was really talking about he was a young white male too, probably like in his give or take in his mid-20s, but he made a great point on saying how pretty much men, and he was really speaking about white males, but I'm gonna use this in general. He was saying how males, they don't have, they're not getting any rewards anymore, so that's leading to a lack of drive. It's like, well, what's the point of putting in all this work if I can't, find a faithful woman, if I can't have children, if I can't get a house, a car, you see, these different things, because men, they'll produce if there's a reward, you see. And that's another thing too, just to throw out there, the cost of living is so high. And your wages aren't, matching it. Things have gone up, 50% to 100% in the last 4 years, while your wages maybe have gone up 10%, 15%. So everything is at an astronomical price now. So most people can't afford anything anymore. You see? All right, but let me get this and I'm going to end this lesson. This is the book of Sirach, chapter, I believe it's 10. Yeah, right here. This is Sirach chapter 10. I'm going to start at 8, but then I'm going to jump up to 4. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And this is what's going to happen. since Esau, Edom, has gotten, this whole kingdom, this whole world by unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, his kingdom is going to be translated, all right, from one people to another, from him to the Israelites, the righteous. You see, this is Sirach 10:4 now. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And that's what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is about to do. He's about to set up the Israelites who are going to rule in righteousness. And that's going to and that's because we're going to be a profitable nation, okay? As it says in Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, basically, let me get it real quick. Because of the multitude of the wise, right? That shall be the welfare of the world. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 and verse 24. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world. And that that word welfare means being in a good estate, basically a thriving, okay, being successful. And that wise that it's talking about is it starts off with Yahweh Shai, okay, first and foremost, then the elect, all right, and then of course the rest of the Israelites, because it's going to be a rank and file in the kingdom, like it is in any kingdom, all right. You're going to have your king, and then you're going to have the men under him, and then those men have men under them, so on and so forth. You see. Okay? And let me keep reading. And it says, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. And you see, in our kingdom, this world is really going to be flourishing. This world is going to be doing great. But as of right now, since the wicked are in authority, this is what's going on. Nothing but hate, envy, murder, diseases. Hate, I think I already said hate, but all these things, rape, robbery, you see? But, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to do a quick lesson on this, and, hopefully whoever was listening was edified. And with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to all your brothers out there. Shalom.